Okay, and this is one of the business user login, which is called Casey Brown, and this business user is defined to perform finance and then procurement transactions. Finance and procurement transactions. Okay, so this is the home page of the Fusion applications, and today I'm going to cover the Fusion applications look and feel, the UI, and uh, and uh, uh, how we can actually perform different activities from the login page. Okay, and this is the navigator. This is called as a navigator, and if you look at here, this is called as a navigator. And from this navigator, we actually perform the business transactions. This navigator is used to perform the business transactions. Okay, whatever the items
Krishna,
that you see.
can you maximize the screen here?
Sure, sure. Yeah. Okay. So from the navigator, if you see here, whatever the items that you actually look here, that is displayed in the dashboard. That is displayed in the dashboard also. Okay, and this dashboard is actually a new feature in release 11. There is no dashboard in the previous releases. I would say I'm not sure about R10 because I less worked on the R10. But coming to the R9, it is not available. These are actually called as springboard icons. These are actually called as springboard icons. Okay, whatever that you see here, these are also called as infolets. These are called as infolets. Okay, so from R11 and R12 onwards, we can perform the business transactions using these springboard icons. Okay, whereas these springboard icons and whatever, this is also available in the navigator also. Okay, in R9 we perform from only navigator in R9 releases, previous releases. Okay, and everything. Suppose let's take an example. Suppose I'll just take an example. I have to minimize the browser size because otherwise it will not be good to see. And also this is one of the problem with the look and feel. Suppose see from the navigator we have now, apart from this we have some more items that we wanted to see, so we should click on more here, but when you press this browser drop down bar, it will go, the navigator it will go. Okay, so that's why we have one workaround. So what we can do is we can minimize the browser size, and from the navigator we can actually see many items, and you can click on more. You can click on more, and now we can see here. Now we can see the other items also. Okay, I'll just maximize now for your better view. Okay, again it gone. I'm sorry, team. So I think please try to concentrate more, because this is how the look it is. We don't have an option. And look at here, from the procurement, what we can do from the procurement, we can create requisitions, we can create agreements, orders, and we can create negotiation documents, and we can create suppliers, catalog management. So everything we can do it from the procurement. So whatever that you see from the navigator under the procurement section, the same you can also see from here also, from the springboard icon also. Let me just show you the springboard icon in the dashboard here. We are just looking for procurement, order management, and then where is it? Yeah, look at here, the card symbol, procurement. Okay, from the procurement, we can create requisitions, we can create agreements, orders, and then creating the negotiations and creating the suppliers and then catalog management. Okay, so whatever we do it from the navigator, we can also do it from the dashboard. These are actually called as springboard icons. Okay, and these are all actually called as infolets. We can move from one page to the other page. We have these many pages access here. Okay, and this is how it is displaying in the other page. It is taking some time. I'll take one more browser also. So that we can work within multiple browsers. Okay, look at here. So when we have to close our calendar and air reconciliations and all, okay, that everything we can see in the 3, 4, and 15 follet page. 15 follet page. Okay, look at here. These are the custom infolets that we can also actually create, and which we'll cover in the next sessions. Okay, and this is called order to cash infolets. Okay, orders in process and how many orders actually closed, and what is the current inventory value. Okay, and open shipments lines by next 30 days. And is there any lines which are having shipment exceptions? And open shipments by priority. With the low priority, how many shipments are there? And with the medium priority, how many shipments are there? Okay. And orders in Geopod is nothing but how many orders are in risk. How many orders are in risk. Okay, and how many orders are past due or back order or in hold or in hold. Okay. That actually can be verified from this infolets. Okay, everything. Now, this is favorites and recent items. We can actually create favorites, and we can also navigate to the recent items from here. And this is watch list. This is watch list, and we can mark our items. If any items that you want to watch, we can actually mark that item to the watch list. Okay, and this is notification bar. This is notification bar. Any kind of notifications that we can see from here, nothing but FI notification, action required notification, any kind of notifications can be seen from here. Okay, and from here we can actually select the drop down, and we can see all the notifications, and we can also click on the pending notifications. And if you click on the more details, the notifications related to the subject area also we can view. If you click on the more details, the notifications related to the subject area also we can view. Okay, it may take some time. And look at here, the notifications with high priority are past due, past week, past quarter, and then new task. Okay, and everything can be verified, and we can react on these notifications. And we can actually view the notifications related to the subject area, and that is what I'm looking at. And I think it's not displaying, but these notifications we can also view from the work list. From the navigator, there is an item called work list. Let me just go and find out that item. Where is that work list? Just something that I have to go to the more. I think it should be under the my team. Sorry, tools. It's going to be under tools. The tools is yeah. Look at here, work list. Click on the work list. From the tools, click on the work list. And here it is not displaying by the module. It is not displaying by the module. It is going to display normally, but none of the buttons are reacting. Let me show you that from one more instance. I just unshared the screen. I'm connecting to one more instance and I'll show you. Yeah, I'm sharing back. And look at here. When you click on this bell symbol, notification symbol, and if I click on more details, look at here. Displaying by the module, you can actually select the notifications from the financials, SCM, and then procurement. We can select that. And those notifications we can view from here. Okay. And not only from here, we can also navigate to the work list. And from the work list, we can also verify the notifications based on the subject area. And I'm under the tools, and from the tools, click on work list. Click on the work list. This user is having a very less item in the navigator. That's why we don't need to minimize the size and all to see the more items here. And look at here, related to the subject area, financials, human capital management, and procurement. You can click on the procurement and you can view the notifications related to the procurement. We can act on the notifications. And nothing is assigned as of now. I think probably this guy is having any financial notifications. I don't think so. Okay. So hope you are clear with this notifications, I think. Okay. And then after that, this is accessibility, and this is the accessibility, and this is help. I'll take your questions in another 5 minutes. Okay. This is accessibility part, and the font size we can actually take either large or medium or color contrast. Okay, and that can be selected. And this is help icon. We can also verify the help related to any setups, also any task. Okay, this I'll show you in coming sessions, the help exactly. And this is the display name while creating the user account. While creating the user account, it's not a user name, it's a display name. While creating the user, we can enter the display name, and that is how it displays here. Okay, and from the drop down, and this is where we set the preferences, and this is where we set the we are going to customize the pages. Okay, and this is called as sandbox functionality. The sandbox functionality is nothing but we can actually take this environment to the test mode. We can take this environment into the test mode. Nothing but directly in the production itself. We can work on the sandboxes on any pages look and feel. If you are working on and if you are updating any pages look and feel, you can work on the sandboxes. And once you are done with the testing, you can deploy that particular customization into the application from the sandbox. Okay. And this is most important item, very important item, setup and maintenance. Okay. Being an implementation users, we always go to this area. Okay. Setup and maintenance. Okay. We are going to set up the project. We are going to complete all our setups in all our modules. Okay. And later we are going to do the business transactions from the navigator items. Okay. Always the business user is going to rely on the navigator items, and an implementation user is going to rely on the setup and maintenance task. Okay. I'll just click on setup and maintenance. Okay, so from here we can, this is setup and maintenance page, and we can see all offerings and subscribed offerings both. We can see all offering, look at here, our provisioned offerings and subscribed offerings. Suppose if I select subscribe, and we can see the subscribed offerings here. Look at here, what are the subscribed offerings? And we have subscribed offerings here, enterprise contracts, and then financials, and then FAH, Fusion Accounting Hub, and manufacturing and supply chain management, and then this is procurement, and this is product management, and PA also, project PPM also, they has got the license, and this is sales. Okay, so all these are the modules they actually subscribe. Procurement also they subscribe, and then this is logistics, and then let me just go forward. Yeah, and I would say they subscribed for this particular client is subscribed for CRM modules, and then PPM, and then procurement and material management, and as well as logistics. Okay, these are the subscribed offerings. Suppose if you select all, system will display the all offerings providing by the Oracle. Okay, and from the offerings, suppose if we click on the subscribed offerings, and suppose if I click on the procurement, the offerings content guide, it's going to display what kind of business processes that are available here. Look at here, offering content guide, and then this is features guide, and this is setup task list and task guide. Okay, and then this is business objects guide and related applications document. Okay, and this is features, which is offering content guide, and then this is for the sales or pre-sales or sales, or for solution architects, because when the client is looking for any business process, whether this business process is available in this current procurement offering. So if you are not confident on that, so what you can do is you can click on this, you can go to this content guide, and you can open this associate features guide, and we can verify whether that particular item or process is available in this release or not. That we can verify from here. Okay, so let me download this. First I'm downloading the content guide. It's a PDF format. We can select the format, whether you would like to download in HTML or Excel, or what kind of format. We can select this from here. Okay, and this is the offering content guide from the 11 release. And look at here, this is how it is going to look like. So from the supplier negotiation, what is possible? Creating negotiations from requisitions, creating negotiations from agreement, creating negotiations online, importing the negotiations, and submitting the negotiations, updating the draft negotiations, and negotiation approval process. Negotiation is nothing but, you can call it as a RFQ, RFQ approval process. Okay. Let me just tell you the items that we always work. And look at here, managing the requisition. Okay, creating a non-catalog request and updating the draft request and creating requisition from catalog. That means this is catalog requisition, and this is how we import the requisitions. Look at here, importing the requisitions. I just selected importing the requisitions, and I think it's better if I go back. I'll just go back. Okay, from managing purchase orders, what we can do? We can create a purchase order, submit PO for approval, canceling the PO, and creating a purchase order from a negotiation document, nothing but from an RFQ, creating a purchase order from requisition, and updating the draft purchase order, importing the purchase orders, approving the purchase orders. Okay, so what are the this release is offering that we can verify from this document? We can verify from this document, and there is a high level description is also available related to this. Very high level description. It is available here. You can actually go through this document by downloading. Once you get the access from us, and you can download this document and you can verify it when you have a time. Okay. And suppose if I go back to this this setup and maintenance page, and the features document also we can verify the PDF document. These documents are really useful. That's why I'm just taking some time and I'm explaining. Okay. So what are the features? Okay. And look at here, approval management. We can configure approvals. We can configure purchasing categories. We can configure workforce structures. Workforce structures are nothing but defining positions, defining departments. That everything comes under workforce structure. Okay. And from self-service procurement, what we can actually do. From receiving, what we can do. This is related to payments. And a supplier qualification is a new module in Fusion applications. Supplier qualification is a new module. Okay. And look at here. So what we do with this module, configure how we manage supplier qualification criteria, aligned to the supplier qualification rules in our organization business strategy. In simple terms, this is nothing but we have certain requirements. As a company, we have certain requirements. Okay, a supplier, before we actually approve the supplier for business, and before we wanted to have a contract with the business, we have to analyze whether the supplier is able to satisfy all our requirements or all our business needs or not. Okay, so that we can do it using the supplier qualification process. Okay, this is very small document, nothing but it will just explain what we can actually possible in doing with this procurement suite. What we can possibly doing in this procurement suite, that is explained here. Very small document this is. Okay. Any questions till now? I'll take your questions now.
Hello, Krishna.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just confused about the offerings. Offerings is what? It's like a responsibility or the access?
Offerings are nothing but okay. Offerings are nothing but these are all actually called as offerings. Nothing but each and every module we call it as an offering in Fusion applications. Suppose let's take financials is an offering, procurement suite is an offering, and order management is an offering. Okay, the offering is nothing but a module you can consider.
It's a module,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes, it's a module.
And roles that under this offerings, the roles are assigned.
No, that is a different concept. I'll explain in coming sessions.
Okay.
The roles are assigned to the users, not to the offerings. That I'll
Under
explain.
no no, my question is under offerings,
Mhm.
the roles are assigned
Under
to
the
the user.
offering, the under the offerings, no, not here. We don't assign under the offerings. We assign from security console.
Okay,
We
okay,
assign roles from the security console to the user. Okay,
okay,
but the roles are specific to the offering. The roles are specific to the offering. Suppose procurement has got some roles, order management has got some roles, financials is having some roles. Okay, under financials offering, the roles are like account payable specialist, account payable manager, account payable analyst. Those kind of roles are actually available. Under
okay,
roles are specific to the offering, and these roles we assign to the users.
okay,
Okay.
okay, got it.
Yeah. Any other questions? Okay. I'll move to the next item. And the very, very important for a consultant who is responsible for doing the hands-on in the application. Who is responsible for doing the hands-on in the application? Okay. So this is really important for them. Okay. When they really working on the project configuration, this is important. Okay. And instead of a PDF document, and this is very, very good if you can open in the Excel document. I'm opening in the Excel document. It will list down what are the setups that we have to do under each and every module. It is going to display. It's going to display. Right now I am downloading this setup task list for procurement. Okay, the procurement is a collection of 5 modules, nothing but core purchasing, self-service procurement, supplier portal, sourcing, and procurement contracts. Okay, so this document is going to list down the setups related to the purchasing, self-service procurement, supplier portal, and procurement contracts and sourcing, all the 5 modules under the procurement suite. Okay, suppose if I open this document, by actually following this document we can configure the project. We can configure the project by following this document. I'll just open. Very, very important document for a consultant who is responsible for the project configurations. So here, most of us, I mean, here we are having experienced guys, and I'm not actually exactly, I don't know the role that you're actually playing in the project. And some of us, we just play a role of a project manager or a team lead, and some of us are going to work really on the project configurations and all. Okay, it depends upon the role that we are actually handling in the project. Suppose if you're a manager, or if you're a lead, we actually concentrate on the first 2 items, not on this the setup and task list. Okay, it depends upon your role. Suppose let's take, if you're really working on the project configurations, then this document is useful. Okay, and I'll take filters. And I'll explain you. And for better understanding, I would like to explain you the items which we all know. And what I'll do is I'll just take purchasing. Look at here. I'm just selecting purchasing. Okay. Under purchasing, what we do. Okay. What are the required configurations? What are the required setups? That is listed here. Required. Okay. And it is related to which product and which product family. Okay, product family, procurement is a product family, and under procurement product family, purchasing is a module. Okay, whether this is a required setup or not. Okay, what is the setup name? This is that all the setups are called as tasks in Fusion applications. What is the setup name? What is the task name? And what is the description of the task? Okay, I'll just go down. Okay, look at here. There is a setup task called managing procurement agents. Nothing but defining the buyers. and it's a configuration. We should do it from the purchasing, and then it comes under the procurement family, and which is a required setup. And you can look at the description. Define and maintain procurement agents to access such as purchasing documents, suppliers, approved supplier list, and business intelligence spend analysis data. Okay, and in the similar way, using this setup task, we configure approvals. Okay, and if I come down, and this is where we define FOB lookups and freight terms lookups and purchasing profile options. And this setup task is used to control the procurement document numbering and purchasing line types and document styles and defining the items for the procurement. Okay, and configure procurement business function, nothing but purchasing options. If you compare with EBS, sometimes I use the EBS terminology for your understanding. Okay, and defining change order templates and defining value sets of the purchasing and flexi fields and hazard classes and UN numbers for the hazard items, unique national identification number for the hazard material, and approved supplier list statuses. Okay, managing procurement agents again. Okay, got it. So this is how we configure this, by using this Excel spreadsheet. We can one by one we can complete the configurations related to the purchasing module, and also it's also good that if you can suppose let's take a new not new row. Okay, let me do one thing. I'm sorry. As a project manager, we can also track the project setup tasks completeness from this document also. Okay, and who has to work on this particular task? It's me. And what is the status? Whether it is started, just start, not started. Let's take not started. Okay, and this is some Lakshmi, and then in progress. Okay, so during the review call, the project manager also can immediately, and also we can take one more column also, and we can also track the completeness. In progress means how much it is completed. I can say that 40% it is completed. We can also track and the percentage also. Okay, and then here this task is completed, and let's take Ajay. Okay, just started. Got it? So this is the way the project manager also can actually take this document and verify the project completeness. Okay, and what are the completed tasks, and what are the in progress and tasks, and what are the tasks that are actually not started. Okay, and this is about purchasing. And suppose if I unselect purchasing, and suppose if I open sourcing, or let's take receiving. What is need to configure from receiving? Okay, receiving profile options. Okay, And from receiving profile options, the most important profile option is RCV processing modes, receiving processing modes. Whether you want to control receiving transaction processor by using immediate method or online method or batch manual method. So that we can set up from the profile options, receiving profile option. And from the receiving side, what are the DFFs that we can configure? And for the DFF attributes, we can configure the value sets here. Okay. And managing receiving parameters, nothing but receiving options. Nothing but receiving options. Look at here from receiving side, we have very less. We have very less. Okay. And this is important. This is actually very good to explain now. Look at here the type is called as a task list, and these are called as tasks. These are called as a task. Nothing but the task list is nothing but the task list is going to contain different tasks. It is going to contain the multiple tasks. The task list is going to contain multiple tasks. Okay, so you can call task list as a folder which contains the task, okay. This is the task list. Under this task list we can find these tasks. How many tasks are there? Profile options is one task, receiving value sets is another task, and receiving DFFs is one more task, and receiving parameters is one more task under this task list. Okay, we can complete configuration related to the purchasing by selecting like this, so that we don't miss any configuration or a setup if you are following this document strictly. Okay, any questions, team? Okay, it's clear, right, everyone? Yeah, thank you. And these three are important, I would say, and this is related to the business objects. I don't see this is important for a functional consultant. I would say for a technical consultant, this is going to be important to identify the business objects. Look at here. What is the web services that is used? What is the web service that is used for accounting calendar? Let's take for accounting calendar. What is the web service it's going to call? The system is going to call. Okay, and this is useful for a technical consultant. Okay. And this is search icon. This is a search icon. Irrespective of any project, we can configure projects from here. We can create projects from here. Okay, and here the client has actually purchased license for financials, and also for supply chain management, and also for manufacturing. But right now the client want to implement first financials. First client want to implement financials. Later client want to implement supply chain management. Later client want to implement manufacturing. So in such cases, what we can do is we can create three different projects. Okay. While creating the financial project, just select only financial offering into that project. While creating SCM project, just select only SCM offerings into that project. Okay. I'll just show you the existing projects, how it's configured. I'm going to the implementation projects, and suppose if I type fin here, I should see the projects which are created with the fin. Look at here, financial implementation. Suppose if I open financial implementation, procurement is also.
Sorry, yeah. Is that mandatory to create a project here?
Yes, it's mandatory.
Okay.
Okay, and I think someone has added procurement also. Look at here, for financial project, we can actually only assign financials also, but we can also assign other offerings also. It's not going to control us. But the requirement, the client requirement, which I said, the client want to implement financial first, later supply chain management, later manufacturing. So for which you can create three different projects by selecting three different offerings in each and every project. Okay, here you see financials is a offering and procurement is a offering. Okay, and in similar way, I think if I open, let me take, okay, it's having everything. Okay, it's not right example. And also we can select all the offerings in a single project also. Suppose if I open it, this one, okay, look at here, this SCM implementation, it is just having only SCM modules, procurement, and then order management, and then manufacturing and supply chain material management. Got it? So it's not having financials, but it's not stop. It is not going to stop. You can still add financial offering also into this project. Okay. And here we can actually create multiple projects here. We can create multiple projects here. And if you wanted to search any setup within the project, then you can select the project. You can select the project and you can search for the setup. Okay, I told you setup is nothing but the task. Is nothing but a task. You can, let's take an example, payment term. Okay, you no need to drill down to each and every folder. You no need to drill down. You can actually type your setup name here. Look at here. Manage payment terms. You can go here and you can complete that setup. And what is a path? What is a path that we can also view from here? This manage payment terms can be accessed from financials path or procurement path also, okay? And whatever the search that we are doing, that is within the project. That we are doing the search, okay? And I'll go out of the project. I'm coming out of the projects page. I'm out of the projects page. And here also you can just type. But this is called as a global search. It is not related to the specific project. This search is related to all the projects. You can whatever that you are searching here. This search is related to all the projects. It's not specific to the project. That's why this is called as global search. So creating the customers. It is here. This is called as a global search. Okay. So from here also we can search for our setup task and we can complete the configurations, or we can verify the setup whether that is proper configurably or not. Okay. And if you want to create a project, we go here. Okay. From the subscribe offerings also, we can actually look at here. Click on the setup. And from here also we can access the project. We can access the setup tasks from here also. You can access the setup task. Okay. And what you wanted to access from here. Suppose you want to access financials offering, or you wanted to access either procurement, look at here, or either order management. You can select here. Okay. Suppose if you select financials, setup, look at here, financials. It's related to all these are the setup tasks related to the financials. Okay. From here also we can search for the setup task, customer. From the offering also we can select. Okay. So these are the items. Creating the customers. Okay. Let me go back and explain you again. Okay. I think it's better if I don't use this back button. We don't have done option here. If you have a done option, I think we can go back, but we don't have that option. So I'll click on the home icon. And from the drop down, I'll go to the setup and maintenance. Okay, so from here also you can look at here. From setup also you can open particular offering, and you can search for the particular setup in that offering. Okay, and suppose if I go to actions and change configuration, and what you wanted to implement under this offering, you can select here. Okay, under this offering, whether you wanted to implement supply portal or not. If you don't want to implement, just uncheck it. So this is the page that we can see what we are actually implementing. What are the modules that we are actually implementing that we can see from here, from this page. Okay, not only from procurement and from financial side also, what we are actually implementing that can be verified, whether we are implementing a supplier invoice processing is nothing but AP, and what is the status, that is whether it is in progress or whether that is, look at here, whether that is not started or in progress or completed, nothing but implemented can be selected. Okay. It should not, again I should go back. Okay, let me just give you the recap for today. And today we discussed about, we are talking about the UI of the application, and we are talking about the navigator. The navigator is nothing but whatever that we see from the navigator. These are the from here we can actually perform the business transactions, by a business user. And this is the home page, and this is the favorites and recent items, watch list and notification area, accessibility and help icon. This is the display name, and this is area is called as a springboard icons, and whatever that we see from the warehouse navigator, that we can also see from the springboard icons also. These are called as the infolets. These are actually called as infolets. Okay. And also we started discussing about the setup and maintenance, and we started discussing about each and every offering content guide, and then features guide and setup task list document. Okay, we downloaded Excel sheet and we discussed that. Okay, and this is called as a global search, and this is where we can create projects. We can create a projects, and from the project also we can perform the searching. And related to the offering, what we are actually configuring, that we can find out from here. If you go to actions and change configuration, what we are actually implementing, that we can see from here. Whether we are going to implement, or whether the implementation is completed, that can be verified by changing the status. Okay, we can also change the status upon the completion of these modules. Okay, any questions, team, in today's session? And last 5 minutes for you, you can ask me questions. I'm stopping the recording.